So let's get underway. It is Heat 3, Senior Rotax Groups A versus C. Let's take you through the 30-strong starting grid. Morgan Porter and Zsombor Kovac on the front row. Martin Gaiskens and Reese Hunter, row 2. Oscar Hall and Rafael Renhofer, row 3. Oscar Christensen and Matthew Higgins, row 4. Lachlan Robinson and Mads Rees complete the top 10. Janis Stiak and Andrej Petrovic, row 6. Vic Stevens and Gustav Jonsson, row 7. Adam Valster and Jamie Perrelli, row 8. We've got Miska Kaskinen and Maximilian Schreier, row 9, with Jod van Wijk and Patrick Scholhammer Rasmussen completing the top 20. Elia Papasen and Teddy Clinton, row 11. Mitch Haynard and Henry Beaumont, row 12. Montego Masson and Samuel Ifrid, row 13. Row 14, Frederick Demant and Igor Kitchen. And then we've got Marco Benardi and Matteo Richter rounding out the 30 strong competitors as they go on to the official formation lap. Drivers now start to close together ahead of 10 minutes plus an additional lap of what is set to be another full throttle adventure into the unknown here in Senior Rotax. Red lights on the starting gantry as the field makes its way through the 12th and final corner into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out. We are underway. Morgan Porter leads the field as Reese Hunter tries to make his way up the inside of Zsombor Kovac going through into turn 2. Kovac is going to get the lead through to turn 3 and muscles his way past Morgan Porter, and so does Reese Hunter through the very next corner. And now switch back here from Reese Hunter. I think he did now. Did he get the job done? He did. As we've had a little bit of a moment there. That is the 3-1-1. And that is Gustav Jonsson from Sweden. Started 14th on the grid and now to the back end of the field drops the Swede. Mads Rees now trying to get past Morgan Porter, and the Dane has got through. Great move there from Mads Rees. Now Matthew Higgins is right up the back bumper of Morgan Porter, and he goes through at turn 12. Then Rafael Renhofer is fast closing on in. Martin Gaiskens is also there. Porter retakes his place back from Matthew Higgins as Higgins squeezes up the inside through turn 3 on Morgan Porter and Rafael Renhofer, Martin Gaiskens, and is that Janis Stiak? That is. Stiak nearly got through, but Oscar Christensen tries to get up the inside of the 339 from Germany and can't get it done. A little bit further back there has been a change. I think that was Oscar Hall. And drama there for Andrej Petrovic in the 361. Lachlan Robinson has just got past him through turn 9. As the youngster from Serbia was slow. So coming up to just under 2 minutes completed. Reese Hunter now has started extending a lead in the opening couple of minutes. And now Morgan Porter is losing more places, this time to Janis Stiak and to Denmark's Oscar Christensen. Just behind them looks to be Oscar Hall. There's a little bit further back up the road. Well, Mads Rees has got past Zsombor Kovac for second position. So Mads Rees did a pretty good job in his opening heats, and now, well, like they say, it's a bit like riding a bike. You never forget. And Mads Rees, I still remember when he did a number on Mike van Droost in Austria back at the Euro Trophy in 2018. I'm sure that Mike will remember that one. Mads is also, he did race in Danish Formula 4, which also is part of the support package, paddock for Danish Super GT, where a certain Martin Henkel Mortensen competes, the inaugural DD2 champion for the Euro Trophy. And basically won it on the penultimate race of the weekend. Oh, nice little switch back here. Morgan Porter losing out. That's Vic Stevens that has just gotten through in the 861. It's coming through turn 6 onto the Europlan. That gap is closing. Mads Rees might not be 7/10 of a second behind Rhys Hunter. Well, he took a chunk of time out of the Brits, based out of Sunderland. It was close to nearly 3/10 of a second. Lost part of that coming back. It's now nearly been halved. And Matthew Higgins in 4th place has just put in the fastest lap of the race. And Andrej Petrovic from Serbia has just peeled into pit lane. The woes continue for the youngster. Just 16 years of age. Lachlan Robinson is now closing in on Morgan Porter, who has dropped down to 10th position. And could be very, very close, but look how close now Mads Rees is to Rhys Hunter. We've still got just over half of this race to go, and Mads Rees has wound up the whip to volume number 11. Rhys Hunter now will feel the pressure from behind. Mads Rees in the slipstream, a 10th behind, and now oh, that was textbook. Absolutely textbook overtake from Mads Rees. He was a 10th behind, right in the window. But the big thing is, Rhys Hunter knew he could not fight that, and he just let it happen. And sometimes that can be the best strategy call you make, because Mads Rees, as long as he doesn't get away, Rhys Hunter has a chance to return the favour. So the top three with just over 4.5 of a second apart. A 10th was separating Mads Rees. Now he's extended that lead. It's about 5 kart lengths between first and second position as they sweep their way through turn 12. So from just being a 10th behind, that's exactly a 4/10 swing in the favour of Mads Rees. And Zsombor Kovac fires it up the inside of Rhys Hunter. Another driver peeling into the pit lane. So Petrovic is out. That looks to be possibly, that is more than likely Jamie Perrelli, I believe. So Perrelli, these days, based out of Billericay, 15 years of age. The way he probably would have wanted to finish this heat. Matthew Higgins has got, that is Rafael Renhofer behind. And also Martin Gayskens has had a better run in this heat. Currently running P6. And he's getting quicker all the time. Vic Stevens, well, one of the youngest and probably one of the lightest drivers, despite the fact of having to add weight to the kart. And there goes Matthew Higgins up the inside to take P3 from Rhys Hunter. So Jamie Perrelli imminently will be confirmed as an official retirement. Right. Teddy Clinton gets a slap on the wrist with the 5-second time penalty. As Rafael Renhofer went up the inside of Rhys Hunter through turn 6, and then Martin Gayskens had a massive scare. I think there was a touch from side pod to wheel. Gayskens went sideways, saved it, and managed to keep the thing pointing in the right direction. Well held. But that has allowed Vic Stevens to close. And with the 861, from Dams Racing, You've also got Vic Stevens has got Janis Diak closing. Now Matthew Higgins is looking to see if he can get past Zsombor Kovac. So going through into turn 6 now. Oh, right, we've had a pushing, so we've had 2 pushing penalties come through. So 876 has got one, Teddy Clinton. Now the 850 of Oscar Hall has just been hit with a 5-second time penalty for pushing. So 80% of the race is completed, 20% still to go, plus that all-important last lap. And Mads Rees has bolted. He's gotten away. He's 0.8 of a second ahead of Zsombor Kovac on the previous lap as Martin Gaiskens trying to fight back against Vic Stevens, who has got through for 6th position. Now, Rafael Renhofer is not just gunning, I think, for 3rd place. He's going to be gunning for 2nd. Reese Hunter is going to keep his arm well into this equation, 2 cents well into this equation. There's Lachlan Robinson, who is now into 10th place. And just behind him, he's got Oscar Christensen from Denmark in the 388. Morgan Porter has now managed to get his way back up into 9th place. We're heading into the final 60 seconds of this race. There'll be 2 more heats a little bit later on today. 5 and 5:30 this afternoon. Well, they'll basically be round about sunset or sundown, if you will. Mads Rees now has a 2nd lead as Matthew Higgins on cue. Neatly done from the man from Trafalgar, 17 years of age, son of 10-time American Rally champion David Higgins. There's a lot of pedigree in the Higgins family when it comes to racing, and David himself has also picked up multiple British karting championship titles in his own right. So 10 seconds remain. We're going to go on to our final lap this time around, as we're on lap 11 of 12. Timer hits 0 as Mads Rees now reaches the peak of the apex of turn 12. But look at the freight train behind. And it's being led by one Matthew Higgins. The gap between 1st and 2nd position, just over 1.25 seconds. Zsombor Kovac was looking up the inside through turn number 2 on Matthew Higgins. But I think he thought better of it, because that would have opened the floodgates. Reese Hunter around the outside of Rafael Renhofer. Oh, that's a perler, and he's got Kovac, and Vic Stevens has thrown his arm into the ring. Brilliant from Reese Hunter. Absolutely brilliant. Vic Stevens has now got through 2 and up into 4th place. That was, you know what? That's one of the best moves so far as well. Reese Hunter knows this track well, and it's all bunching up behind. Kovac has now got Janis Diak behind, but it's going to be Mads Rees from Denmark. Comes down to the final corner, and he takes the victory. 19-year-old from Cruiser. And Matthew Higgins takes 2nd. Reese Hunter with the most brazen. He was high, wide, and handsome, was Reese Hunter coming out of coming through turn 6, and just got past everybody in front of him, including Zsombor Kovac. And Vic Stevens, like a rat up a drain pipe, went through on the inside coming out of turn 6 and onto the Europolan. I think it just shell-shocked Zsombor Kovac. But there is your race winner. Good to see this man at the sharp end once again. But when Mads Rees pulled away from the rest of the field, that just goes to show how quickly things can change. Let's have a look at the results for what has been a very exciting Senior Rotax 3rd heat. Mads Rees winning by just over 1.5 seconds ahead of Matthew Higgins. Reese Hunter with a fantastic dynamite around the outside overtake at turn 6, securing 3rd ahead of Vic Stevens, Rafael Renhofer, Janis Diak, Zsombor Kovac, Martin Gaiskens, Oscar Christensen, Patrick Scholhammer Rasmussen running at the top 10. Miska Kaskinen, Lachlan Robinson, Adam Valster, Mitch Haynert, Morgan Porter running at the top 15. Montego Masson in 16th, head of Jort van Wijk, Teddy Clinton, Henry Beaumont, Marco Bernardi, Samuel Ifrid, Gustav Jonsson, Matteo Richter, Elia Papasena, Maximilian Schreier, Igor Kichin, and Frederic Demants running at the 27 strong. Andrei Petrovic, Jamie Perrelli, and Oscar Hall, unfortunately, retiring during the race itself. Well, we're going to have a little bit of a recap on this one, folks, because it was a beauty. Zsombor Kovacs, all thumbs ups and smiles. That would certainly change over the course of the race direction, the race duration itself. It was a good start from Morgan Porter. And Reese Hunter straight away went on the offensive, managed to get past Martin Gaiskens. Lachlan Robinson in the mid-pack, struggling to try and get through. And then we had this drama here, which was the 8.53 that was involved. That was Jamie Perrelli, and that meant that he would end up retiring. This was the move from Mads Rees on Reese Hunter, with Zsombor Kovacs not too far behind. So this would secure the 19-year-old, not just the race lead, but also the eventual victory. Zsombor Kovacs would also fire it up the inside of the 21-year-old from Sunderland for P2. And Matthew Higgins was waiting in the wings. Raphael Renhofer got stuck in on the action. A little bit of a touch between side pods and side walls. And there's the save from Martin Gaiskens. And it made a set of sideways 11s. And I think he needs to check his race suit after that, because I think that would have given anyone a heart attack, let alone an underwear change. But this was the move. Look, right, just keep your eyes on Reese Hunter. He puts the pedal down now to the floor, and there's Vic Stevens, and Zsombor Kovacs has gone, what on earth is going on here? And yeah, there you go. Mads Rees takes the win comfortably, and Matthew Higgins and Reese Hunter completing the top three.